Good morning. So, lots of new faces today. I've been teaching on a sort of yoga, I'm moving over so I can see everybody, a concept that we have in yoga called the koshas. So it's sort of the anatomy, the way that yoga explains the anatomy, our anatomy as a human being, not just a body, but like all the layers of our being. So our physical body is the outermost, surface-most layer of our body. And then we have an energy body, that's the Vijanamayakosha that gets fed, like our physical body gets fed by food, right? We have to eat to feed our bodies. The Pranayama, that inner layer, the next inner layer is the energy body. So the way that we feel energy in our bodies, the way that energy moves in our bodies, it's fed by primarily through the breath. Pranayama, prana is life force energy. The next inner layer, the next two, are what make up the mind. And in the yoga philosophy, the mind actually has three different facets. So we have sort of our animal brain, like our lowest level brain, which is just like reactive, totally reactive, take in stimulus, nervous system react, see a bear, run, hungry, need food, right? Like that, just like the animal instincts. The second layer of the mind or part of the mind is our ego, not in a negative sense of ego, just in what makes me an individual, what makes me Rachel and you Brianna and Joe, right? Makes everybody who they are. That's where our karma lies. So like those impressions that come from before in this life and past lives that we've come in with. Our samskars, our habits that we fall into, that falls in that second layer. And so both of those live in this third part of our mind. And then the highest mind, and this is the fourth layer, and this is where we are. And somebody asked me to bring in a chart with a diagram, so I brought that for you guys this week. So you can take those on the way out. That fourth layer is the Vijanamayakosha, and that's your wisdom body. So that's your highest level of mind, where your intuition lies, where your beliefs live, your highest awareness of yourself as a being. So most of the time we're living in those outer three, because we have to do our jobs and put food on the table and pay our taxes and all those things that no one really feels like doing, but we have to do, right? That's like the outer layer stuff. And this fourth layer is where we start to enter into the more spiritual path. So what feeds the mind, so we have the prana, the food that feeds the body, and the breath that feeds the energy, and then the senses feed those lower level minds, all of our senses, how we interpret what's coming at us, everything we ingest, we read, we watch, we look at. This layer is fed by spiritual understanding. So the understanding of ourselves as not just those outer layers. We begin to understand ourselves as connected to the universe, connected to each other, connected to humanity, connected to a higher power, whatever you call that. But it's the sort of gateway sense of how of a higher level of our mind. And so because we live in those outer layers most of the time, and they tend to sort of take over, and we think that's all there is. This is who I am. It's what I can see. It's what I can touch, what I can feel. And in order to access that fourth layer, and then next week we'll talk about that innermost layer, the Anamayakosha. But in order to access these layers, we have to get quiet. We have to sit and quiet ourselves and just take the time. So even though an asana practice, so asana are the poses that we do in yoga, and a physical practice doesn't necessarily feed this kosha, we can bring it into our awareness by just being aware that it's not just our bodies that are doing these poses, right? It's not just that our energy is doing it and that our minds are really focused here. And that I'll introduce this layer of also awareness as you're practicing. This is the sort of level of being where we move away from binary thinking. Those outer three layers, it's very like there's black and white, it's right and wrong, And this is the layer where it's like there's subtlety to it, you know? And so when you're attuned to that level of your being in your practice, the movements and the actions and the way that we're moving through becomes a little subtler and maybe a little more intuitive. And so, you know, as I always say, I'm up here making suggestions, but your body, your mind, your heart, that's the real teacher, you know? So you're listening to that as you're practicing, and that's the way we can sort of bring it into, and really just that we're making the space to listen, and that we're listening to that even as we're doing our poses. Okay, so I'm going to invite you to sit up nice and tall. If you're comfortable sitting cross-legged, you can sit cross-legged. If that doesn't work for you, you can sit any way that feels comfortable, but you want to sit up nice and tall so that you can breathe well. You rest your hands onto your thighs. Let your elbows just kind of hang, your shoulders relax a little bit. And just take a moment to close your eyes and to breathe and to just feel your way inside. So yes, we have a body, it's not the whole story. Yes, we have thoughts, we have ideas, it's not the whole story. Go deeper. Invite yourself to an inner voice that knows the answers to the questions you're seeking. So that instead of looking outside of yourself, you're trusting in the wisdom of your own heart, of your own wisdom, your own intelligence. Take a few more breaths, just settling into that awareness inside yourself. And then join your hands together at your heart. And we're going to begin the practice by chanting Om 3 times. You can join in or you can listen and just be sung to if that feels more comfortable. Take a deep breath in. Bow your head to your heart. Release your hands. Let your eyes open. Sorry, guys, I have a tickle. I don't know why. All right, we're going to stay seated. I'm wondering if it's the air blowing on me that's giving me a tickle. Okay. You're going to switch the cross of your legs. So if your right leg is in front, just bring the left leg in front, switch the cross. And then take your arms out to the sides, like big wide bird wings. Yeah, scoot over a little bit. Sorry. And then on your next inhale, you're going to roll your shoulders back, turn your palms up, lift your heart, lift your gaze a little bit, look up, that's it. And then as you breathe out, take your hands round your spine, drop your head, turn your thumbs down. Inhale, arms up, palms up, shoulders back. Exhale and round. One more just like that. Feel your chest. Lift and open a little bit more. Stretch your arms out a little longer. Good. And then exhale and round. Let your head release, let your spine round a little bit. Okay, now come to a place that's just neutral in between the two, arms still out to the sides. And then we're just going to go side to side a few times. So drop your right hand. Keep your right shoulder back. Lean to the right. Inhale, come up. Drop your left hand. Left shoulder stays back. Lean, that's it. Lean to the left. Good, and then with your breath, inhale, come up, go over to the right again. You got it. Inhale, come up. Exhale, over to the other side. That's it. Yep. And one more time. This time we'll hold, so lean to the right. Move your right shoulder back. You can bend your right elbow. Tack your left hip down and reach to your left fingertips. Draw your head back a little bit. So again, your heart, the front of your heart opens up in front. And as you feel that lift and that opening, just have this sense that you're making space for your inner heart to open up. Come on up and over to the other side, and we'll hold there. Lean left. Left shoulder back. Right shoulder back. You got it. Just have this sense that the front, that space all around the heart, front, sides, back, all opening up. Good. Inhale, come up. Pause, just feel for a moment. I promise I'm going to stop coughing. Holy cow. Walk your hands forward. Round your spine over your legs. Let your head and your neck soften. And then we're going to find our way onto hands and knees, tabletop pose. So you can roll over your legs or swing your legs around. Come onto hands and knees. Line up the center of your wrist with your outer shoulder. I'm just putting a little music on for us. Center of the wrist with the outer shoulder. Spread out your fingers nice and wide. Make your arms nice and strong. And then do some cat and cow breath. So as you inhale, lift your chest, look up, lift your tailbone. That's it, arch your back. And then as you exhale, round your spine. Let your head drop down, press into the floor. And then inhale, arch and look up. And exhale, round. One more time. Inhale. Stretch the front of your body. Exhale. Stretch the back. Good. Come to neutral spine. Bring your knees a little closer together. Take your hands a little wider. Good. So just some shoulder openers here. So go hands off the mat, actually. Like go really wide with your hands. Okay, if you have smaller arms, you might not have to go that wide. Yeah. With your arms wide, sit back. And then inhale and come up. And exhale and sit back. Let your chest, your belly move towards your thighs. Your hips sink back towards your heels. Inhale, up again. Now narrow your hands. Now go narrower. Yep, and same thing. Pulse down and up a few times with the arms a little narrower. And then go narrower still. Stack your hands. Go right hand on top of left hand. That's it. And then sit back. A little more stretch underneath the shoulder blades. And inhale, come on up. And switch the stacking. Left hand on top and sit back. And up. And now go one stage deeper. Cross your arms. That's it. And then sit back one more time. If this bothers your shoulder, just don't sit back as far, or just go back to the hands stacked or hands wide. That's fine. Come on up and then switch. Stack the cross the other way and sit back. And come on up. Okay. Now you're going to grab your bolster. Do some side body opening. So you're going to put your bolster across the mat like this. And if this feels like too much, if you're small, if this feels too high, you can grab a blanket and roll it up. If that might feel better. But see how you feel. If this feels comfortable, you can stay. So we're going to lay on our right side. You're going to put your ribs over the bolster. You're going to stretch your right arm out. In front, you're going to rest your head on your arm. That's it. Rest your head. So come forward a little bit. You really want your armpit to clear the top of the bolster. And your arm is reaching overhead. Good. Then take your left arm. You can bend your knees just for a little balance. That's it. And then take your left hand, so Brianne, towards me, not towards the door, like, unless that bothers your shoulder. Does it bother your shoulder to go? Okay, so reach that bottom arm forward towards me. Like bottom arm, like that. And then arm over. Yeah, like that. And then hands together. You got it. Okay, good. And then just breathe into your left side. Anchor your hip down, your right hip. Move your left hip towards your right hip down. Top shoulder towards the bottom shoulder. Just a nice stretch for the side body. Breathe into the left side of your waist. Okay, now stretch out your top leg, your left leg. Take your left hand behind your head. Right where you are. Yep, you got it. So just rest your head back into your hand. And then so now imagine that your body is in like the most narrow room you've ever been in. So there's a wall in front of you, a wall behind you. So you're not going to lean forward or back. You're just going to lift straight up towards the ceiling. Lift your shoulder, lift your elbow, lift your leg. Yep. And then exhale and lower down. Try to have your toes pointing straight ahead or maybe even a little bit down. Inhale, lift up. Yep. And exhale and lower down. And just like that, lift and lower a few times. So if the toes turn out, you're working your quadriceps, which is fine, but I want you to try to get a little more into the hip. So if you turn your toes down as you lift your leg, you're going to just feel it more in the back and your butt a little bit more and your hip a little bit more, and that's what I'm going for. Yeah, you probably won't lift up as high, but that's okay. And lower down. Last one more time. Lift up. Yep, and then release. Okay, good. And then we're going to roll to the other side. So left side over the bolster. I'm going to just turn around so I can have my back to you. Ribs over the bolster. Again, try to have your armpit over it. That's good. Just want it to feel comfortable. Rest your head on your left arm. Bend your knees. Take your hands together overhead. That's it. Let your shoulders feel heavy, your hips feel heavy. And take a big deep breath into the ribs on the right side. So you're just feeling an opening, a peeling open around your heart space. So we have a heart, that beating organ in the chest. We're talking more about the sort of spiritual heart, the space all around in the chest where we feel our intuition, where we feel our wisdom. You know, in Western culture, the brain, the mind is really the heart of the being. But in the indigenous cultures, in yoga culture, the heart is the center of it all. That's where we need to listen. I mean, listen to your head too, but okay. Hand behind your head. Top hand behind your head. Top leg stretched out. So right hand behind your head, right leg out. Good. And then lift without folding forward or arching back. Straight up and then lower down. Good. Toes again pointing straight ahead or down towards the floor, so you're feeling it more in your butt. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower, and just pulse up and down a few times. Waking up the side body, obliques, hip, all those muscles along the whole right side. Do 2 more, lift and lower, and last one, and lower. Okay, good. Okay, we're going to roll to our backs now, and we're going to put the back over the bolster. So again, if this is too much, if it's too big, if the bolster feels too big, you can put a blanket underneath you. All right, yeah, we're going to do that actually. Hands behind your head. So watch me for a second. Here's what we're going for, you guys. We're trying to get a shoulder stretch. So I'm going to come to here. I'm going to pull my ribs back. My knees are bent. I'm really engaged here, so I'm not just letting my back pop up. I'm keeping my low back feeling strong. Then elbows wide, and I'm just going to try to pulse my shoulders down to the floor. They may or may not touch. Pulse my head down to the floor. It may touch, it may not. I'm getting closer. But I want it to be a big stretch for the upper chest. So knees bent. Excuse me. Back ribs over the bolster. Elbows out wide. Good. Tone your belly. So pull your navel towards your spine a little bit. Pull your front ribs to your back ribs and pull your back ribs down into the bolster. And then keep that and start to press your head back into your hands. Press your elbows out wide. And just let your head release down towards the floor. Maybe it touches, maybe it doesn't. Let your head rest in your hands. Maybe your elbows will come down. Maybe your shoulders will come down. Maybe none of it will come down, but you're just getting a really nice stretch into your upper chest. All right, we're going to take this into a little bit of an abdominal exercise. So with your next exhale, curl your head and shoulders up. Press your ribs back into the bolster. And then inhale, slowly, use the abdominals as brakes. Slowly lower down. Don't just let gravity take your head. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, slowly lower back down. Couple more with your breath. Exhale, lift. Push your ribs down into the bolster. Inhale, slowly back down. Last 2. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And last one. Good. Okay. Roll to your side, off the bolster, come on up to sit. And you can move the bolster off to the side for now. Okay, spin yourself around, back to tabletop, hands and knees. We come into downward facing dog, so make a lot of space between hands and knees. Stretch your fingers out wide, spread them out. Yeah, like sunbeams just shining out in all directions. Take your knees back so there's a lot of space for your torso, and then tuck your toes. Lift your knees and your hips up. Stretch your legs as straight as you can, which may be straight and maybe a little bent, but go straight-ish. And then just pedal your feet a few times. Stretch one heel down and then the other. Just easing into the back of your legs. Often I think we have in our mind some idea of what our poses are supposed to look like. But again, when we access this fourth sheath of Vijanamayakosha, we move away from right and wrong. Right? We move away from that binary way of thinking and into a felt sense of being. So stretch now, legs straight, arms straight, or as straight as you can. Lift your hips high, stretch your heels low. Breathe where you are, hold steady. Good, and then we're going to come down to the belly, so find your way down onto your belly. Good, bring your arms back by your sides. Turn your palms to the sky. Hug your legs towards each other. They don't have to be touching, but we don't want them super wide. So squeeze them in towards each other and make the muscles of your legs strong. Click your toenails down. Press your knees down gently. Press your pelvis down gently. Then inhale and just lift up a little bit. Lift your head and shoulders a little higher than your hands. Good. Now, start to curl your head up and have this sense of moving your chest, your heart out in front. You can lift your hands up, but don't lift them higher than your shoulders. So you don't want to go into this situation. So shoulders lifting, yeah. And then move your heart out in front. Stretch your legs a little bit longer. Take one more breath. Good. Exhale, just turn your cheek, rest your head. We're going to do the same thing. You could do it with arms by your sides if you want to take it a little deeper into the deeper stretch for the chest. Lace your fingers together behind your back. Either way, same thing. Legs nice and strong. Inhale, lift your upper body, lift your shoulders. Lift your hands. Good. Lengthen your neck. Now lift your feet. Lift everything up. You got it. And then notice if your chin wants to be out in front, like your brain is like, I need to be the most important thing, move your heart out in front. So soften your face, soften your eyes, your gaze, your brain, and open up through your heart. Good. Exhale, release. Just turn your cheek. All right. One more on the belly here. Take your hands out wide. I picked the wrong day to wear the shirt with the knot in front. Hang on. Like all morning I've been like futzing with this stupid shirt. Okay, there we go. Much better. Arms out wide. So go off your mat. Or again, maybe just wider on your mat if your arms are a little shorter than mine are. So go wide. Elbows up. Yeah. Legs nice and strong. Good. Now just have this sense of your chest expanding forwards, backwards, side to side, like you're just filling up the space all the way out to your elbows, and then push into your fingers and lift up any amount. And the goal in these poses is not to get your arms straight, even though maybe we have this idea in our heads that our arms should be straight in the pose. The idea is to get the shoulders back, but if you straighten your arms and your shoulders come forward, you're not doing anything great for yourself. So keep your elbows a little soft, shoulders back, broaden your upper chest, heart forward. Good. Exhale and release. Good. Put your hands under your shoulders. Come on back up. Come back up into downward facing dog. Good. And then we're going to come up to standing. So either walk your feet to your hands or your hands to your feet, either way. And then lengthen your spine and come on all the way up. Reach up and stretch up tall. And exhale, release your hands. Okay, let's turn and face the long edge. Face to the windows if you're in the room, or if you need to see and you want to face me, that's fine. But we're going to step the feet wide apart, as wide as you can. So stretch out your arms. See if you can get your legs as wide as your hands. That's a good starting place. And if that feels too wide, then come in a little bit. If it feels too narrow, go a little wider. All right, take your hands on your hips for a moment. Okay, pivot your right foot to face the short edge of your mat. So pivot on your right foot so your right foot is pointing straight ahead. And then line up your right heel with your instep of your left foot. So if your feet were together, they'd be there. Okay, bend your right knee. Point it straight at the second toe. Joe, that's a little wide. Your knee is not coming over your ankle. I would shorten up a little bit so your knee comes over your ankle. That's it. Good. Inhale, stretch your arms out to the sides. That's good. Now, knit the front ribs in a little bit. So same thing we did. Remember the bolster behind you so that we're not getting the belly splayed out in front? Knit the front ribs, but then pull your shoulders back a little more. Yeah, that's good. Sit a little deeper into the front knee, making sure it's pointing right at the second toe. Shoulders over the hips. So the tendency is to want to lean forward over that front leg. Don't let that happen. Shoulders right over the hips. Stretch out through your arms. Okay, good. Release your arms. Straighten your leg for a moment. Watch me just for a second. We're going to come into Ardha Parshvakonasana. So what happens in this pose, what the tendency is when we drop the elbow, everything wants to kind of slump over to the side. You know, so as we come to this, I want you to really push your arm down into your leg. So you're not here, but you're here, and there's still this lift and length to your spine. Yeah, so bend your right knee. Take your right forearm to your right thigh. Great. That's it. And then push your elbow down so there's still a length in the right side. Now roll your left shoulder back over your right shoulder. Take your head back a little bit. That's it. Then top arm up to the sky. Yes. And you could stay there, just lifting up into that top hand, pushing down into your bottom elbow. If you want a little more stretch for the left side, sweep your arm over your ear. Reach towards the front of your mat. Then hold steady and breathe. And do the pose with the whole of your being, your body, your breath, your thoughts, your wisdom, your intuition. Inhale, come back up. Very good. Turn the right foot in now and turn the left foot out. Yeah, take your time. Line up your feet. Build your house from the basement up. So feet, you got to get the feet good first, right? Before we think about the other things. Then bend your left knee right over your ankle. Notice the tendency to lean your torso over that leg. So try to not let your torso lean forward. Shoulders over hips. Stretch your arms out. Nice, you guys. That's good. Knit the front ribs in and back a little bit. Then shoulders back. And then just let your heart space. Imagine like this beautiful radiant light in your heart just expanding out into your ribs, expanding out to your fingertips. Yeah, so you're getting bigger, fuller, brighter on the inside. Good. Rest the leg for a minute. Rest your arms, straighten your leg. Just let that thigh muscle release. Bless you. And then Parshvakonasana, so bend the left knee as you drop your forearm to your thigh. Don't just collapse into it. Push your arm down. Have your spine nice and long. Stretch your top arm to the sky. Beautiful. And then stay here or arm over your ear for that deeper side body stretch if you're looking for that. All right, one more breath here. And then inhale and come on up and turn your feet forward. Step your feet together. Good, do a little march out. And then we're gonna march over to the wall. We're gonna bring mats to the wall. So short side of the mat to the wall. Let's try not to be on the plexiglass if we can avoid it. So we're gonna go short side of the mat to the wall and bring your stuff with you. Bring blocks with you and bolster. Yep, so you guys can come up here. You can come up here if you like. Yep, yeah, you can come up here wherever you. Good. You can scream.
Beside them? Oh, it's fine. You sure? I'm with them all day.
You okay over here? You want to be here? You okay on this side? Yeah, come right over there. Okay. Okay. First thing we're doing, yeah. You're like me. That's me with the groceries in the car. I will not make 2 trips to the car. I will carry 18 bags of groceries at once, please. You can make trips. You can make trips. All right. First thing we're going to do is just a gentle thigh stretch. So we're going to stand up and face the wall. You're going to have your left hand on the wall in front of you. Yeah, maybe you want to move your stuff so you can stand in closer. Yeah, just scoot it out. Yeah, at the front. There you go. So left hand on the wall. Perfect. Then you're going to stand on your left foot and bend up your right knee and grab your right foot behind you. Yeah. Good. Now squeeze your legs in towards each other and squeeze your heel towards your butt until you feel a stretch in the front of your thigh. Good. Now, if you're getting a big stretch, just stay there. Breathe. Hug your heel in. If you want to deepen the stretch, tone your belly more. Stand up taller. Drop your tailbone down, the base of your spine. And then maybe move the knee back, but keep the heel hugging in. And if all that's too much, then just stay right where you are. Breathe. Okay, good. Release your foot. And then over to the other side. Right hand for support on the wall. Catch your left foot behind you. So notice that left knee wants to go out to the side and forward a little bit, right? So pull it in and back a little so your thigh bones are parallel to each other. The side view is like this. Instead of it being here, we're here, parallel. Okay, hug your heel. Stand up tall. Drop your tailbone. Tone your belly and your pelvic floor. Again, you want to take it a little deeper. Keep your heel pulling in, but move your knee back a little bit. Again, it shouldn't feel this in the knee. You should just feel a stretch in your thigh. If you're feeling it in the knee, then ease out of it. Never want to feel a stretch in a joint. Joints do not stretch. Okay, release that foot down. Do a little march out. Okay, let's do a little shoulder stretch, and then we'll take it into the balance version of the pose. So for this one, you're going to stand with your right side to the wall, and you're going to start sort of out from the wall a little bit, palm on the wall. That's it. Facing the long edge of your mat. Okay. Then you're going to walk in, and again, you don't want to feel pain in the shoulder, no pinching in the shoulder, but you're going to walk in as much as you can, and if you can get your armpit into the wall, get the armpit into the wall. If that's problematic for a shoulder, then stay out a little bit. Yeah. Don's literally like got his hand on the ceiling. Okay, and then you're going to creep your hand up more if you have room to go. Creep your hand up more. If your hand's on the ceiling, then, sorry. But creep up and lean into the wall. So you're just feeling a big opening into that armpit, into the side body. Then slide your left hand on your left hip. Good. And then just turn to the left. Turn, look over your left shoulder. Push the right arm up. Okay, good. Release that. And then come over to the other side. So give yourself a little space to start. Shoulders can be cranky, be gentle with your shoulders, be nice to them. Again, you don't want to feel pinchy in the shoulders, but start to creep the hand up, creep your armpit in close to the wall. Lean your hip, armpit in as much as you can. Again, if the shoulder's bothering you, just keep some space between your shoulder and the wall. If you can lean in, lean in. Then right hand on your right hip. And then turn and look to the right. Keep reaching your left arm up. One more breath here. Okay, good. And then release that. Very good. Okay, now we're going to take it into the balance version of the thigh stretch that we did. So my advice is do it facing the wall. And if you need the wall, use the wall. If you don't need the wall, don't use the wall. Work on the balance, right? So this is the pose that we're going into. I'll just show you so that as we come forward, maybe you can just hover here. And then if you need a little balance, you can tap in and tap out as you need to. And if you know you don't need the balance, then back way away from the wall, and that's okay too. We're going to stand on the left leg. Bend up your right knee. Catch your right foot behind you. Take your left arm up. That's it. So start here. If you can balance, start with a balance. Squeeze your legs towards each other, but then kick your foot back into your hand and start to hinge forward. Lift from your inner right thigh. Kick your foot up towards the ceiling. Yeah, lift your knee up behind you. That's it. Nice. And then try to move your heart more out in front. So let your heart lead out in front. Soften your face, soften your gaze, soften your thoughts. Let your heart move towards the wall a little bit. Nice, you guys. Inhale, come on back up. Very good. Okay, take a breath. Feel your feet. Second side when we're ready. Which leg are we standing on? Pop quiz. I don't remember. Right leg. Stand on the right leg. Bend up your left knee. Right arm up. Good. Splay out your toes. Kick your foot to your hand. Lean forward any amount. Hinge from your hip. Maybe use the wall. Maybe not use the wall. Either way, whether you're touching the wall or not, move your heart out in front. Soften your face. Yes. Move your shoulders back. Heart forward. Beautiful, you guys. And then slowly inhale and come on up. Okay, awesome. Here's the next thing. Can I use your mat for 1 minute just so I'm on the video and I'll show you what we're doing? You sure that's okay? Thank you. Okay. So we're going to go here. Right foot is going to come forward. We're going to be facing the wall. We're going to have the left knee on the mat. And then we're going to creep the arms up. So we're getting all of this space in the back body. I'm resisting, so watch. I'm not collapsing here. Shoulders forward, right? Shoulders are back, big open space around the front of the heart, back of the heart, and then maybe we'll take the arms up, but we'll see what happens. So that's the pose. Right foot forward, right toes underneath the radiator. Slide your left knee back behind you. Yeah. And then hands on the wall in front of you. That's it. Good. Creep your arms up any amount. Bend your knee towards the wall. Yeah, resist your back leg, your back thigh bone back. Can you slide this knee back or is too much on the knee or on the hip? Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Good. Now push your hands into the wall, but move your armpits back a little bit. Yeah. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. Good. Now you can just stay here. If this feels great and you're getting a nice stretch in the leg, you can stay here or keep your legs as they are. The right knee moving forward and start to lean your torso back so it's a little more of a back bend. Keep the right knee forward but torso back. That's it. That's it. Breathe where you are. One more breath. Good. Exhale. Take your hands down and switch your legs. Very good. Left foot forward. Hands on the wall in front of you. Good. Bend the front knee, left knee towards the wall, but at the same time, resist your right thigh bone back. So you're not just letting the right thigh kind of collapse towards the floor. Imagine I had a strap around the top of your thigh and I was pulling it backwards. Good. Then leaning forward, move your armpits back. Yes. So the hands press forward, but the armpits move back a little bit. So the front of the heart is open, the back of the heart is open. Then maybe start to tip your head back. Maybe start to take your arms up. And lift from your heart. Lift your heart up. Yes. Get your head out of the way. So like get out of that thinking mind, that processing doing, the mind that wants to just take over and let your heart reveal itself. Open up. Exhale the hands back to the wall. Good. And then slide that knee back. Okay. Take a breath. You can sit onto your feet for a moment. We're going to do one more thing at the wall. Okay, so we're going to do a down dog split up the wall. I can do this one over here. So we're going to come into dog pose, and you're going to start really long with the heels at the wall. And then we're going to go one leg up. And this might be a lot. This might feel like a lot already, so you might stay here. And if you're looking for more, then you just walk your hands in and you walk that leg up. So it's a little split. It's a little hard on the wrist. You got to keep your fingers really clawing down. So bring your heels to the wall, hands out in front. Lift up into dog first. So go into downward facing dog, heels on the wall. So walk in. I know we got the radiator, but that's okay. If you can have your heels at the radiator, that's ideal. Good. Okay. Then take your right leg up the wall. Be on your toes. So tuck your toes under. That's it. Push into your legs. Straighten both legs. Stretch down through your bottom leg, up through your top leg. And then if you're getting a lot of stretch, stay there. Or maybe walk your hands towards your bottom foot. If you're looking for that deeper stretch, slide your leg up the wall. That's it. Yep. Good. Hold for a breath. Then walk your hands out and drop your knees down. Very good. All right, give your wrists a break. So this is a good wrist release. Onto your elbows. Let me go this way so everybody can see. I'm just trying to be on the video also. So backs of the wrists on the floor, and then you just squeeze into a fist and open up your fingers. Yeah, just a little stretch. Squeeze into a fist. Good, and open up. And last one, squeeze and open. Okay, we got to do the other leg. I'm sorry to say. Back to dog. Now is when you're glad that you just have 2 legs and not like 4, right? All right, lift up into dog pose. That's it. Take the left leg up, you got it. Stretch it up, toes tucked under. That's it. Press your arms out strong. Claw your fingers into the mat so the fingertips are taking some of the weight. Ooh, I don't love your thumb like that, Chelsea. Yeah, I don't want your thumb to get. Yeah, just grip your fingers down more. Good. Walk in any amount. Take another breath. Okay, and then slowly release down. All right, good. So here's the thing. You're in the class and your teacher's like, giving directions to someone and you're like, oh my God, I've been in this pose for like a half an hour and I'm going to die. Come out of the pose, like that's Vijanamayakosha. That's like, I don't have to, I've got the answers. I don't have to be here dying, Okay, I would have been better to tell you that before the pose, right? Okay, come back out into the room. You didn't need my permission, but okay. Bring your mats back to your spot, actually. Sorry, I know I said to bring stuff, but I had a change of heart. So we're going to spread out so we have more room. You need a block with you for this next thing we're doing. So a block. I know we've got so much stuff. Bring the prop cart. Next time you come, bring a wheelbarrow, okay? Just to haul the stuff around the room. Okay, just kidding. Okay. Yeah, come back to a spot. Have a block nearby. Okay. All right. So here's what we're doing. Just watch me first so you see. It's not all that complicated, but there's some components here. So we're gonna lay on the right side, and we're gonna take the left knee. So your top knee is gonna go on a block in front of you. So let me move back so you can see it in the video. On the screen. Okay, so top knee is on the block. Now, this is all we're doing. I'm going to start with my hands here. My head's kind of hovering, but you'll see it's going to go back in a second. I'm going to trail these top fingers along the floor. I'm going to try to stay in touch with the floor as long as I can. Roll this arm back behind me. So I'm in a T. I'm going to try to get my left shoulder down, and then I'm going to bring my hands back together. So that's it. That's the whole move, and we'll do it a few times. So lay on your right side. Put your left knee on a block in front of you. Yeah, straight out from your hip, that's it. And that's just to keep your lower body steady so that you're getting the twist in your thoracic spine. Bring your palms together in front of you, straight out from your shoulders. So towards the windows. Yep. Amy, not Amy.
Here.
Ava, arms in front, like towards the door, towards the windows. So that way, that way, that way. Yes, like that. Okay, now left fingers trail on the floor. Yep. Trail overhead, and if you hit someone's hand, just give them a high five. Let your left shoulder roll to the floor behind you, roll to the back of your head, and then exhale and draw your hands back together. Yep, roll back to your right. And then, again, trace the left fingers, make a circle, trace your fingers on the floor, roll towards your back. Yep, go overhead, that's it. Yeah, give a little high five. And then arms back together. And one more time. Trace overhead. Trace the fingers overhead. Roll towards your back. Yeah, that's it, Steph. You got it. Let your left shoulder come to the floor behind you. Press your knee down into the block at the same time so you're getting this nice rotation for your spine. And then bring your hands back together. Okay, second side. I know. Roll to your other side. Your right knee is going to go on the block. Hands together. So palms together out in front of you. Squeeze your knee down into the block, and then trail your right fingers overhead. Roll towards the back of your head. Roll your right shoulder to the floor behind you. And then exhale, roll back to your left, hands together. And then trail your fingers overhead. Roll to your back, right shoulder to the floor. And exhale, hands together. And one more. Trail your fingers. Roll to your back. And exhale, hands together. Okay, good. Slide your block out to the side. We're coming to the belly. You can, whatever direction you're facing, it doesn't matter. You can be facing the back for this. It's fine if you don't feel like moving. Okay, then on your belly, you're going to take your arms back by your sides. And you're going to bend up your knees. Good. Rest your forehead for a moment. And then I want you to try to just lift your knees off the floor. They're not going to lift very much, but I want you to feel your hamstrings and your glutes fire up as you do that. You feel that? So as we come into the pose, we're going to come to Dhanurasana bow pose. I want you to get those muscles really on board and working. So reach back now and try to catch your feet with your hands. If you can't hold your feet, then you can just do this with your arms back behind you and your knees bent. It's fine. Or you can put a strap around your feet. That's fine. Okay, now fire up. Try to lift your knees first. Lift your knees up. Then kick your feet to your hands. Lift your chest. You got it. Kick your feet into your hands. Lift your chest. Move your heart out in front. Soften your mind. Soften your thoughts. Expand that intuitive heart space right in the center of your upper chest. Get bigger there. Good. And exhale and release. Turn your cheek and just rest for a moment. Could do a little tushy wiggle. Okay. Then come onto your back. Grab your block on the way. First thing we're going to do with the block is put it here between the feet. So if you're on the smaller side, you could go narrow on the block like this. If you're on the bigger side, you can go wider with the block. So either one of those works. Feet are flat, and the inside of your big toe is squeezing the block. And then slide your heels in so your heels are right underneath your knees. So Sue, slide your heels closer to your butt, like slide the whole thing in, or move your butt close. Yeah, like that, that's it. Okay, press your feet down, shoulders down, head down. Then slowly lift your hips up. Keep squeezing your feet into the block. And then press your shoulders down, snuggle your shoulder blades together underneath you a little bit more. And if you can reach to lace your fingers together underneath, you can do that. If you can't reach, you just keep your arms by your sides, press your shoulders, head down, lift your hips. Keep squeezing your block with your feet. One more breath. Lift your hips a little higher. And then exhale. Lower your hips down. Good. We're going to do a little restorative bridge now. So you can kick your block closer to you. Lift your hips, feet on the floor, and then slide your block under your pelvis. So hips up first. And then slide the block underneath your pelvis, not under your back, but under your pelvis, the bony part of your pelvis. Rest your hips on the block. Turn it sideways now, Ava. Yeah, like long ways. No, turn it the other way, like, hang on, I'll come. Yep. Good. Rest your pelvis on the block, not that way, sweetie. That's gonna, I mean, if you want to, you can, but I just meant like this way, so that's more. Is that okay? Yeah. Good. Let your pelvis be heavy on the block. Yeah. Now, you can stay here if this feels great. Just be here. That's fine. If you want to do a little gentle inversion, you can bend your knees over your hips and stretch your legs up towards the sky. Bringing your feet over your knees. Knees can be a little soft here. You don't have to be like rigid, ramrod straight in your legs. Knees can be a little soft. Inversions are very good for calming the mind, for steadying the nervous system, good for your cardiovascular system, for your respiratory system. And on that sort of deeper fourth sheath level, it just shifts our perspective, reminds us that we can see the world from this bigger, open-hearted perspective. We can see the world with different eyes, from a different way of seeing things. Good. Slowly bend your knees, bring your feet back down to the floor. Lift your hips off the block. Lower your hips down. Good. One quick hip stretch here. Cross your right ankle on top of your left knee. And then thread your arm between your legs, right arm between your legs, hug your left leg in. You can hold behind the thigh or in front of the shin. Good. You can let your head and shoulders rest on the floor. Just pull your left knee in till you feel a little stretch in your right hip. And then exhale, release that, switch sides, cross your left ankle on top. Keep the foot a little active, the toes a little active. Draw the right knee in any amount. Stay relaxed in your shoulders, neck, face. Good. Exhale, release that foot down. Uncross your legs. Okay. Roll to your side. Come on up to seated, and we're going to do a little meditation to ease us into Shavasana. The sort of easiest way to access this fourth sheath is through meditation, is through really quieting the mind, the body. So you can sit on your bolster if you're comfortable doing that. You can sit on a blanket. You can sit with ankles crossed. You can sit with heels crossed. If your knees bother you, you can always prop knees up on blocks, and that can be helpful because, of course, as we sit for meditation, we want the body to feel really comfortable so that our mind is not thinking, oh my God, that hurts, right? We want the body to feel good. Okay, so sit up nice and tall. Rest your hands on your thighs. And then just find a place, a placement of your hands that allows your shoulders to feel relaxed, your elbows to just hang without rounding your spine. So you want to feel a little bit of lift from the low back so that you're sitting a little bit forward on the front edge of your sitting bones rather than back onto your tailbone. Let your breath get a little slower and deeper. And just feel how you have a body. Notice what your body feels like right now. Maybe different than when you walked in the room. Just notice, pay attention. Feel how you are an energetic being contained inside your body. Feel how your mind has thoughts, senses, feelings, emotions. Notice them rising up. Notice a thought when it comes, and then just, without attaching to it, let it go. The mind doesn't become empty, but we just get good at noticing the thoughts and letting them go, not getting caught up in them. And now just keep diving in deeper, into the deeper layers, into your wisdom, into a felt sense of just being, into what you know to be true about the universe and your place in the universe. And if that's hard to touch into, just keep seeking. Just keep coming back to looking for it. And it will begin to reveal itself. It's part of who you are. It's always there, ever present. This is where your inner voice lies, where all the answers to life's questions live inside of you. Go there and listen deeply. If you'd like to stay seated in meditation for the last few minutes of practice, you can stay, or if you'd like to stretch out onto your back for relaxation, you can gently and quietly make your way to your back. Wherever you choose to finish your practice, let yourself be there completely, body, breath, mind, heart. Ever so gently now, let your breath deepen. Allow your body to stretch and move and reawaken so that you're still having this sense of the deeper layers of your being, but also then how they weave together with the outer body as the awareness moves back to the surface. If you're on your back, bend your knees, roll to your side. And slowly make your way up to seated. Sit in a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. And bring your hands together in front of your heart. So as you move through the rest of your day, through the tasks and responsibilities and hopefully joys and fun things as well. Have a sense of the whole self moving through the body, the mind, the breath, and your wisdom and your intuition. Get a little more personal with that layer. Let it guide you a little bit more. Let's close our class together with the sound of Om. If you'd like to join in, take a deep breath. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. New things coming up. We have Pilates starting, Pilates series, a new Pilates series starting Tuesday nights. That's a set series, 6 classes. If you want to brush up on your Pilates, that's Tuesday nights. I'm starting a new class on Thursdays at 12:30, Jewish yoga, which is yoga with drawing from Jewish wisdom. If you're interested in that, it'll be all levels. You do not have to be Jewish. Just know that that's what's going to be happening. Okay. Bye, everybody. Oh, and these are here if you would like a copy of laying out sort of what I was talking about today. Your Cliff Notes. Yeah.